Let's go. Boom. Matt, you're on. Hey, you changed. Hey, you
Just added
grew
the
a little
facial hair.
beard. You
Yeah.
added some hair. Oh man,
I
you
didn't
should
shave
really
this morning.
shave, man. Okay. Yeah, I guess so because you guys are pretty busy, right? Land sale is coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, exciting times. Matt, thanks for coming to HiveFest all the way from the USA into where are we actually on the world? We
I
are
don't
in the
know.
clouds. We're in the clouds, man. We're in the cloud in your brain. Ladies and gentlemen, Yabapmatt from Splinterlands. I will hand over the controls to you. It's available right there.
Okay.
Yay!
Hold on.
Who is this?
I think it's Quan.
Okay,
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
Getting familiar with this. Hey everybody, great to be here at the first or fourth HiveFest, however you look at it. I'm sure that most of you are familiar with Splinterlands. If you're not, I would encourage you to go to splinterlands.com and check it out. It is a blockchain-based collectible card game built and run on the Hive blockchain. But today, since I figure you guys are mostly familiar with the game, I was going to talk more specifically about how we have integrated with the Hive blockchain and some of the challenges that we've had just in the crypto and blockchain space, and then how Hive has helped us create a much better user experience than other blockchain platforms, and also some of the issues and how we've worked around them. I'm going to try to keep this somewhat short because we don't have a lot of time, but I will be available here and Discord for questions whenever. So first and foremost, the biggest problem in general with crypto and Hive is onboarding. So this is a problem we've been working on for a long time, and I think we have a pretty good solution worked out at this point. So right now on Splinterlands, if a new player comes in, they can just enter their email address and either create a password or choose one of these various login options. So there's Wax, which is another blockchain platform, Wombat, which is an EOS wallet, MetaMask, I'm sure you're all familiar with for Ethereum, and Arcane is one we've integrated recently that allows you to log in with like Twitter and Facebook and those type of social logins. So the idea is that for onboarding, people can just sign up like they would any other website. They don't have to deal with keys or any blockchain or cryptocurrency stuff, which is really important and has helped us immensely with getting new people on board who aren't familiar with crypto. So what happens when you log in with an email address or one of those services is that we actually create like a fake account for you. So you could see in this example, it's initiate_4032. And you might notice that underscore is not a valid character for a Hive account name. So at this point, we haven't actually created a Hive account for them, but we still let them play and interact in the game. And since the game is based on the Hive blockchain, everything that happens in the game, every time someone plays or transfers a card or does anything, it needs to have a transaction on the Hive blockchain. So what we've done is when we give people these kind of fake accounts that aren't Hive blockchain accounts, is we actually allow them to submit transactions via an API call from accounts that we have. So Splinterlands has a bunch of accounts like SL Proxy 1, SL Proxy 2, etc. And when someone who doesn't have a Hive account is playing the game, these proxy accounts will actually send the transactions on their behalf. And we think that's a really great way and something we hope to see a lot of other apps using to onboard people and let them try out everything without just having to make an account for everyone, which that has a cost, and people can take advantage of it. So it's a great way to like have sort of a light account type of solution where people can try out the app and see if they're interested before making a full account. So I'm sure you probably can't read this here, but it says once you have unlocked the Summoner Spellbook, you'll be able to choose your own unique name, create your blockchain wallet, and start earning valuable rewards. So if someone comes in and they're playing and they're enjoying it and they're having a good time, they can purchase the Summoner Spellbook, which we sell for $10. And in addition to unlocking a whole bunch of stuff in the game, it also allows you to create your actual Hive blockchain wallet. And then you can request your keys with the purple button here, and then get full access to everything. Now, one key thing about your keys is that Splinterlands will, since we create the account, we will have your keys, and we do save them for you. That's really, again, really important to us from a user experience perspective, because we just can't afford. We can't afford to tell people, oh, you've lost your keys. Well, we're sorry, you've lost access to everything that you've paid for. That's just not the user experience that we're going for. So we save people's keys on a separate, highly encrypted database. And that way, if they lose them, they can prove they're the owner of the account by various ways, and we can recover it for them, which is, again, something we think that's really, really important for any blockchain-based project trying to onboard users. But one of the great things about Hive is that for people who are more security conscious and they don't want us to have their keys, well, they have the option to change them. And if they change their keys, then it's their responsibility and we can't recover it for them. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. People can choose the level of security that they want for their keys, which I think makes it work really well, especially as compared to other blockchain projects that don't have that option. So the next big thing is delegation. So a lot of you may have seen this funky error message over here. I kind of wish it said something more helpful. But if you onboard new people, they probably won't have any Hive or Hive power, and they will need some in order to transact on the blockchain. If we heard Block Trades and Howo talking earlier about the RC delegation pools, which will really, really help this, and I'm very much looking forward to them. But in the meantime, Splinterlands automatically, every time a player in Splinterlands submits a transaction to the blockchain, we check the response through the Splinterlands website. And if the transaction failed, then we'll check if it's because they're out of resource credits, and then we'll automatically delegate them some. So we have this whole automatic delegation system set up, and then we also have a system that will undelegate from people who haven't been active in a certain amount of time. So again, that's another thing that makes Hive blockchain, better than a lot of other solutions, in that you can play and be active without having to pay gas fees or invest in the platform. And the apps that you're using can help basically support your ability to use the platform. And if resource credit pools get implemented, that'll be even much, much better. So another thing I want to talk about is verifiable results. So that's kind of one of the main purposes of building an app or a game on a blockchain, is that, you can verify everything that happens is correct, based on the published protocol. And, it's not like if you open a Hearthstone pack, you don't know how those cards were really generated. This is something I'm surprised that, like, most other blockchain-based games don't really, like, they say they have verifiable results, but I have no idea how to actually verify them, which is kind of weird. But so on Hive, it's super easy. So if you open a pack of cards, which is what this screen's showing in Splinterlands, there's a link here that you can click that literally just shows you all the blockchain data and allows you to run the actual code based on the blockchain data to see what you would have gotten. One cool thing you can do with that, actually, is you can just change the data a little bit. Like, oh, if my transaction ID had a 2 at the end instead of a 1, would I have gotten a legendary card or something like that? So you can kind of see what would have happened if you, like, waited for one more block or something to open your pack, which is pretty neat. But in general, the point is that, Hive makes it really easy to not only do these things, like have verifiable results in games and apps, but it's also really easy for anyone to independently actually see that and view the data and know what's going on, which is important. So that's kind of all I have, because we have a very limited amount of time. It's up to Roland, I guess, if I have time for questions, but otherwise, I'm always available on Discord or Hive or whatever. So Roland, is he here? All right. Well, while I'm waiting for Roland, I also just want to mention that we are Splinterlands is currently doing our final land sale. So we have a new expansion to the game that's going to include land that you can purchase, and will allow you to actually mint new cards that we're adding to the game. And so the last amount pre-sale for the land starts tomorrow, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And that's your last chance to get the land at a discounted price before it goes live. So if anyone's interested in that, please check it out at splinterlands.com.